Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another My Hero Academia fanfic, but this one is slightly different today. I'm sure you guys can tell from the thumbnail. We are recording Baby Steps Baby by BittyBoyBokuto. This one is a G-rated fic with no archive warnings. It is a fanfic, but the relationship in this one, unlike most of the other things on this channel, is Bakugou Katsuki and Midoriya Izuku. The characters that are in this fic are Bakugou Katsuki and Midoriya Izuku. The additional tags in this one is parental Bakugou Katsuki, parental Midoriya Izuku, sassy Midoriya Izuku, married Bakugou Katsuki and Midoriya Izuku, cute kid, fluff, no angst, aged up characters. Midoriya Izuku is a little shit. They cannot handle firsts. Fluff and humor. Crack treated seriously. And Bakugou Katsuki swears a lot. This fic is 2,726 words and it is a one-shot. And like I said, it is called Baby Steps Baby by BittyBoyBokuto. Here's the summary. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Not until him and Izuku were both ready. There was no way in hell this was happening. So Katsuki pushed him. Katsuki! Izuku seethed, his teeth grinding so hard you could hear it from a block away. Did you just push our 9-month-old on his ass? In a state of pure shock, all he could do was stare at his son.
I didn't have the camera ready. What was I supposed to do? Just let him walk?
Here's the fic. Another grueling underground mission had left Katsuki bruised and tattered as he opened the door to his home. A normal price to pay for being Japan's number 2 hero, sitting comfortably beside his partner. He felt comfortable knowing the cut sitting above his eyebrow would be overlooked by his other half. Izuku knew these kinds of injuries came with the job they took up 8 years ago.
I'm home.
Katsuki sighed as he locked the deadbolt to their door. Kicking off his boots, he threw his duffel next to Izuku's bright orange tennis shoes. An eyesore to anyone under the age of 25, but he wasn't about to break his husband's heart. He'd done that one too many times since they'd brought Hattori home. Katsuki was always the one to witness their son's firsts. From his first spit-up to his first giggle, and God forbid he was the one to witness his first mental breakdown. It was grueling, but oh so worth it once the three of them were together as a family. The faint sound of footsteps reared closer to Katsuki, his heart fluttering with anticipation as his husband came into sight. Seeing his favorite two people had always sent him into a sunshine and rainbow-filled spiral. You took your time getting out of the office. Katsuki blinked before assessing the pair in front of him. He doesn't know what he was expecting, but it wasn't that.
Villains attacked right outside of Nico. Caused us to be a few hours late after the debriefing.
He started as his eyes slowly went from Izuku's tired ones to the sleeping child in his arms.
Something happened while I was gone.
Izuku huffed and shifted their son from one hip to the other. Hattori had a screaming match with me this afternoon over green beans. His husband seethed while rocking their son. Green beans, Kachan! A perfectly unarguable healthy snack made to enrich an infant's brain development. Katsuki wasn't following. He did the same shit when he was Hattori's age. Green beans were fucking disgusting, no matter what seasoning. Oh. He understood what was happening now. He left his overthinking other half to deal with a child who couldn't even form proper words yet, let alone a goddamn sentence. For a week. A whopping 7 days. A long-lasting 168 hours, no doubt filled with baby talk and dirty diapers. Yeah, that cut on Katsuki's eyebrow was starting to look potentially better than whatever evil deity was oozing off of Deku. Seriously, did he even think to shower this week? At all? He had to diffuse the situation and fast.
Green beans are totally healthy for kids.
He attempted to ease the tension from Izuku's furrowed brows as he stepped closer to take Hattori.
What? The little shit thinks he's too good for them or something?
As he let his bicep take the brunt of his son's weight, he saw the tension leave his husband's body. A week worth of baby babbles and bedtime stories rolling off his shoulders in an instant. I can't blame him, Izuku said as he gazed over Katsuki and Hattori lovingly. Your mom said you refused to eat any vegetable goo when you were his age. It makes sense that he picked up on your eating habits since he willingly swallowed a whole habanero pepper last month. Katsuki bristled at the memory. He had been tasked with cooking dinner for the night and sadly let a couple of peppers roll onto the floor. Usually this wasn't an issue. He'd been cooking in their home for the better part of 5 years now. He had thought he caught them all on his feet, but missed one that rolled under the cabinets. Although he failed to realize that they now had an infant that absolutely took up his shitty habits. It wasn't until he heard Izuku choke on his tea that he glanced down to his right. Slowly glancing down, he was met with a fussy Hattori waving his pudgy hands in the air as he exhaled roughly onto the tile, his cheeks stained an unruly red as his eyes watered. It took 45 minutes to calm him down and another 15 to get Izuku to open Hattori's mouth to wash away the seeds.
Yeah, well, I didn't start exploding my diaper until I was about 11 months old, so as far as I'm concerned, we have another 2 months until we have to worry.
Katsuki huffed as he walked them further into their home, body instantly going on autopilot. Izuku followed him, narrowly avoiding the baby-proofed playpen at the entrance of their living room. Was that supposed to be a pun? You had a year to work on your dad jokes and that's all you came up with? A loud exhale from Katsuki's lips as he sank into the couch cushions, blindly reaching for the remote as Hattori's head obscured his view of the rest of the couch. They were going to have to deal with his oddly quick growing curls, preferably yesterday.
Deku, please.
He begged as he ran a hand through Hattori's blonde curls.
I have the rest of the week off for you to assault me with your words. Could you just bring me dinner so I can put him to bed?
Izuku huffed, folding his arms. Katsuki let his eyelids raise, just enough to peek at his youthful husband, watching his lips pursed out in an adorable pout that almost rivaled with their son's. There wasn't a day that went by that Katsuki wasn't thankful that he pulled his head out of his ass during their second year at UA. The best decision he had ever made was letting Deku back into his life, and it turned out even better than he thought. He had a warm house to come home to, filled with love, and 2 of the brightest smiles he believed he'd ever be able to witness in his lifetime. You come home after leaving me alone with stinky diapers for a week and you thought I had dinner waiting for you here? Like a 1950s housewife? Really, Katsuki? Izuku let his face twist into a scowl, a trait acquired from his oh-so-loving husband. And Katsuki would find it endearing, he really would, if he hadn't been thrown through 3 buildings 2 days ago. So God forbid his husband humored him a little. Counting backwards from 10, he let his eyelashes flutter. He let his forehead rest against the top of Hattori's head, inhaling the scent of peaches and caramel.
Just go check on whatever's burning in the kitchen, Deku.
What? There's nothing burning in the... Izuku whipped his head around and inhaled. Shit! He didn't have to open his eyes to know Deku tripped over their son's toy fire truck if the very manly scream he just let out was any indication. Smiling into Hattori's mess of a mane, he chuckled quietly.
Can't leave your papa alone for too long or he goes insane without me, doesn't he, Tori?
As if his son agreed, he let out a grumble as he twisted in Katsuki's arms. His small hands crumpled into the tightly fitted tank top he was wearing.
Yeah, I know, firecracker.
Katsuki nuzzled against his cheek with a yawn.
But I'm home now, just the 3 of us.
Time passes. The following morning, Izuku woke up to an empty bed. He opened his mouth, releasing a cough as he felt around for his husband. Katsuki's side was cold, indicating that he had to have been missing for at least 30 minutes. Letting out an agitated groan, he flipped over to face their alarm clock. 10:57 a.m. Izuku let out a yelp as he jolted upright in bed. He was supposed to wake Hattori up 3 hours ago. Katsuki and him had both agreed to put their son on a strict schedule to get him used to their hero work. He He was already slacking. He couldn't even withstand a week of being alone with Hattori before he screwed his son's potential future up. Katsuki was going to have his head on a silver platter. Now that Hattori missed his 7 a.m. wake-up call, he'd never revert back to their normal schedule, which would soon lead him to being late for school, then potentially getting an invigorating feeling for breaking the rules, thus introducing him to a world of villains. Villains lead to bad things lead to drugs lead to murder. Oh, he fucked up so bad by not waking up Hattori.
Oi, Deku, what the fuck are you mumbling about?
Izuku whipped his head around, seeking out the source of the rough voice. He was met with Hattori's blonde hair clashing against the bright orange apron that adorned Katsuki's body. His green eyes slowly opened as he gave a tired wave to his papa. Baby babbles quietly filled their bedroom while Katsuki held him close.
Why are you talking about Hattori and drugs? He's not even a year old. He doesn't make enough money to buy drugs.
Katsuki mumbled with a concentrated look on his face as he searched their nightstand. A dumbfounded Izuku watched as he threw around bibs and baby socks. I forgot you were, here?
Huh?
Katsuki quickly turned so he was eye level with his husband.
You cling to me like a damn boa constrictor in your sleep. You forgot I was here?
There was a pause before Katsuki cocked an eyebrow in question. Until you've been alone with that little spitfire for a week, don't come for me, Kachan, Deku muttered as he flopped back onto the mattress. He cries like clockwork every morning before I even get a chance to turn off my alarm clock. The blonde scoffed as he glanced back to the drawers, face lighting up in excitement for whatever he had just found.
Maybe if you put this to good use, you shit nerd.
Glancing up from his pillow, Izuku's jaw dropped at what was in his hand. A goddamn binky. Izuku watched in horror as his husband walked out of the room. His ugly laugh echoed throughout the hallway. You hid that before you left, you conniving little weasel! Time passes.
Oi, babe.
Katsuki called out as he veered around the mountain of toys that sat in their living room. Met with an odd silence, Katsuki immediately shot his head up in search of his family, only to be met with the sight of Deku's back to him. Kachan, do not, and I repeat, do not make any sudden movements. Izuku held out his hand to stop him. Taking a cautious step forward, he attempted to peek around his husband's shoulder.
Why? What the hell's going on over there?
I think Hattori is about to walk for the first time, and you cannot scare him. He stopped mid-step, almost falling over the Red Riot teddy bear Kirishima gifted them at the hospital.
He's doing what now?
He could finally see their son, his pudgy hands gripping the coffee table in front of him as he tried not to wobble. Their son was about to walk. He was thinking about putting his tiny foot in front of the other, and then it dawned on him. No. Oh no, this was not happening right now. This wasn't how it was supposed to go, not until he and Izuku were both ready. There was no way in hell this was happening. So Katsuki rushed around Izuku and pushed him. Kachan! Izuku seethed, his teeth grinding so hard you could hear them from a block away. Katsuki felt himself tighten, the tone of his husband coming out ice cold. Did you just push our 9-month-old on his ass? In a state of pure shock, all he could do was stare at his son and then back to angry green eyes.
I didn't have the camera ready. What was I supposed to do? Just let him walk?
A grunt of discomfort sounded from behind him. If their son was anything like his parents, let it be known that it showed. He was a resilient little fucker. Knock him down, and he gets up 2 times harder. That's exactly what he was doing. He was standing. Again. Katsuki, grab the fucking camera! Katsuki hurtled over the couch and hightailed it to their bedroom to grab the camcorder. This generation be damned. It was the cheapest option they could take to make memories for Hattori to look back on when he was old and wrinkly. As he made it past the entryway to their room, his head whipped back and forth in search of the camera.
Where the fuck did you put it last, Deku?
Katsuki screamed while kicking his husband's dirty socks to the side and ripping the sheets off the bed. Fuck. Fucking hell. This can't be happening right now. Bottom drawer, to the left, right under your lucky underwear.
Why the fuck,
Cut-chan, hurry! He looks so determined. Oh my god, he's got that constipated look on his face like you! What was that supposed to mean?
Fucking wait, Hattori, God!
He threw his lucky underwear on the bed and grabbed the camcorder. His body collided into the wall as he slid down the hallway, jumping over his son's playpen. Start the camera, Cut-chan, hurry! I can't hold him back much longer! A flustered Izuku said as he gripped the smaller blonde in his hands. Letting out a long sigh, he set up the camera and hit play.
Okay, just let him go and see if he does his thing, babe.
Katsuki watched through the camera as his husband looked up at him with unshed tears, green eyes bouncing from Hattori to the camera in Katsuki's hand. I can't do it! I can't let him go!
Izuku, what the fuck? Why not?
Because this just proves he's growing. He's growing up way too fast and I'm not ready. Katsuki wanted to sympathize with him. God, he really did. But this was not the right timing. None of this was.
Izu, baby, he's not even a year old. There's so many more firsts we're gonna get to see. You are gonna get to see. We just gotta let him do it at his own pace.
He tried to reason. He watched as Deku took a deep breath, slowly letting his husband's words sink in. Cut-chan was right. They had another 18 years to watch over Hattori. The first 9 months can't be his breaking point. As carefully as he could, Izuku let go. The living room was completely silent as the two watched Hattori babble as he repositioned himself near the coffee table. His green little eyes burned with determination as he slowly let his left hand off the wood. In the span of a few seconds, Hattori was hands-free from the table, slowly wobbling to face his dad. Let it be known that Katsuki had only truly cried 3 times in his life. Twice in front of All Might and Izuku. Once the day Hattori was born. And now he can now officially add a 4th to that goddamn list.
Hey, firecracker.
Katsuki cooed softly.
Hey, Tori, you wanna come to daddy?
God, it was like someone was cutting onions in here. He could barely see his mini-me through all the tears that were most definitely not streaming down his face. No way in hell. Bah! Hattori giggled as he shuffled closer to Katsuki. It was like it happened in slow motion. Katsuki dropping to his knees with the camera still focused on their son. Izuku in the background of the video slapping the carpet with his scarred hands as he choked on sobs. Hattori giggling all the way to the camera as he threw himself into Katsuki's lap. With a shaky breath, Katsuki turned the camera to face himself, a perfect capture of Hattori hanging off of his neck. The only clear picture was of Katsuki's tear-stained face and blonde untamed curls. Smiling into a head full of hair, he let out a booming laugh.
November 14th, 2058. Hattori Bakugou Midoriya took his first steps.
Alright friends, I hope you really enjoyed this one. This one, it did have like a few notes at the end. The author was just saying like, thanks for checking out their little tiny one-shot. Also like background information. It said like that Hattori is a quirk baby and 50% Izuku and 50% Katsuki. That they're both pros and they've been married for 5 years. And they got married about roughly 3 years into their hero careers. So they did like a little bit of a backstory for us since, you know, the fic was just about Hattori. And I think that's so cute. So yeah, guys, if you liked this one, definitely go over and visit the original on AO3. It's a really cute short one-shot, and BittyBoyBokuto deserves all the love for this one because it's super cute. And while I'm not normally a Bakudeku girly, my number one is Kiribaku. This fic is just so cute, and I can't help but love it. So yeah, definitely go over, comment kudos on their original fic, and if you want to leave some comments and likes here as well, feel free to do that. And I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. As of right now, I'm not sure what that's going to be. Might be Reach Up for the Sunrise, but I'm not positive. Not sure when I'm going to get around to posting this one, so it's hard to say what's going to come after. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. He felt comfortable knowing the cut sitting above his elbow would be overlooked by his other half. I said elbow earlier. That cut, I'm gonna have to paste eyebrow in later. I'm sorry, I have to pause to giggle.